So let's talk about AI. It's not some far-off sci-fi concept anymore. It's here and it's already changing everything. Artificial intelligence is quietly becoming the new operating system for our lives. Think about how you get recommendations for what to watch next, or how your phone's camera magically makes your photos look better. That's AI working behind the scenes. It's in our homes, our cars, and our pockets. This technology is evolving at a crazy pace, and its integration into our daily routines is only getting deeper, making things more convenient, efficient, and sometimes just cooler. It's a fundamental shift, and we're all living through it right now. The impact is massive, and it's easy to see in some really big areas. Take healthcare, for example. AI is helping doctors diagnose diseases earlier and more accurately than ever before. It's analyzing medical images, finding patterns humans might miss, and even helping to develop new drugs. Then you have transportation. Self-driving cars are probably the most obvious example. They use a complex web of sensors and AI algorithms to navigate roads, avoid obstacles, and get you from point A to point B. This isn't just about convenience, it's about the potential to make our roads significantly safer, and give mobility back to people who may not be able to drive. But with all this power comes some serious questions. As AI gets smarter and more integrated into critical systems, we have to stop and think about the ethics of it all. Who is responsible when an AI makes a mistake? If a self-driving car gets into an accident, who's at fault? The owner, the manufacturer, the programmer who wrote the code? These aren't simple questions with easy answers. The more we rely on these systems, the more important it becomes to build them responsibly. We're handing over decision-making to machines, and we need to be sure those decisions are fair, safe, and aligned with our values. This is where the conversation about responsibility really begins. It's not just about building AI that works. It's about building AI that works for everyone in a way that is just and equitable. The potential for good is enormous, but so is the potential for things to go wrong if we're not careful. We're at a crossroads where the choices we make today will define what the future of this technology looks like. Getting this right means thinking about more than just the code. It means considering the human impact of every algorithm we create and every system we deploy. It's a huge responsibility, and it belongs to all of us. So who's actually building this stuff? It all comes down to the developers, the engineers, and the data scientists. These are the people on the front lines, writing the code that powers the AI revolution. Their role is absolutely critical, and it goes way beyond just making sure the tech functions properly. They are the architects of the systems that will make decisions affecting people's lives. That's a heavy weight to carry. Every line of code, every algorithm they choose, and every dataset they use has real-world consequences. Their work isn't just technical, it's fundamentally ethical. One of the biggest challenges developers face is bias. AI learns from data, and if the data it's trained on is biased, the AI will be biased too. Simple as that. For example, if a hiring AI is trained on historical data from a company that mostly hired men, it might learn to favor male candidates and unfairly penalize female applicants. This isn't something the AI does maliciously, it's just reflecting the patterns it was shown. It's up to developers to recognize this, actively seek out and clean biased data, and build their models with fairness as a core principle. They have to be detectives, hunting for hidden biases before they cause real harm. This brings us to transparency, which is another huge piece of the puzzle. A lot of advanced AI models are what we call black boxes. Data goes in, a decision comes out, but it's incredibly difficult to understand why the AI made that specific choice. This is a problem. If an AI denies someone a loan, that person deserves to know the reason. Developers have a responsibility to push for more explainable AI or XAI. They need to build systems where the decision-making process is as clear and understandable as possible. Transparency builds trust, and without trust, people will be reluctant to adopt and rely on these powerful tools. Ultimately, the goal for developers should be to build AI that is not only smart but also fair and accountable. This requires a shift in mindset, from just can we build it, to should we build it, and if so, how do we build it right? It means incorporating ethical reviews into the development process just like they do with security reviews. It means thinking about the potential for misuse and building in safeguards from the very beginning. The developer's role is no longer just about engineering, it's about being a steward for a technology that has the power to reshape our world for better or for worse. Now, it's not all on the developers. We as users also have a significant role to play in this new AI-driven world. We're the ones using these tools every single day, whether it's a smart assistant, a social media feed, or a navigation app. Our choices matter. Being an informed user means understanding at a basic level what these tools are and how they work. It means asking questions about the data we're sharing and what it's being used for. When we blindly accept terms and conditions without a second thought, we give up our power. We need to be more curious and more critical about the technology we invite into our lives. Making ethical choices is a huge part of this. It's about supporting companies and products that prioritize transparency, privacy, and fairness. If a new app seems a little too invasive with its data collection, maybe we should think twice before downloading it. If we notice a platform's algorithm is pushing harmful or biased content, we should use the tools available to report it and provide feedback. Our collective actions can send a powerful message to tech companies. We value ethical AI. We are not just passive consumers, we are active participants who can shape the market by voting with our attention and our wallets. Education is key here. We don't all need to become AI experts, but we do need a baseline level of digital literacy to navigate this landscape safely. This means learning to spot misinformation generated by AI, understanding how algorithms personalize our online experiences, and knowing our rights when it comes to our personal data. Schools, media, and tech companies themselves have a responsibility to help educate the public. The more we understand the technology, the better equipped we'll be to make smart decisions about how we use it and advocate for the changes we want to see in the industry. So the next time you interact with an AI, take a moment to think. Consider the trade-offs you're making between convenience and privacy. Be mindful of how its recommendations might be shaping your views or behaviors. As users, we have both the power and the responsibility to demand better. We can push for more user-friendly privacy controls, clearer explanations of how AI systems work, and greater accountability from the companies that build them. Our engagement is not just a small part of the solution, it's absolutely essential for ensuring that AI develops in a way that benefits all of us. While individual responsibility from developers and users is crucial, it's not enough on its own. To truly guide AI in a positive direction, we need strong, clear rules of the road. This is where governments and international organizations come in. They have the power to establish ethical frameworks and regulations that set a baseline for everyone. We can't rely on companies to regulate themselves entirely. We need independent oversight to ensure that the pursuit of profit doesn't overshadow the well-being of people. These guardrails are necessary to build a foundation of trust and safety for everyone. These frameworks need to address some of the toughest issues head-on. Privacy is a big one. We need clear laws about what data can be collected, how it can be used, and how it must be protected. The issue of bias needs to be tackled systematically, with requirements for fairness audits and impact assessments, especially for AI used in critical areas like law enforcement, hiring, and lending. And we have to confront the reality of job displacement. As AI automates more tasks, we need policies that support workers through this transition, like funding for retraining programs and strengthening social safety nets. Because AI is a global technology, these efforts can't happen in a vacuum. Different countries creating a patchwork of conflicting rules would be inefficient and confusing. What we really need is international collaboration to establish shared standards and best practices. Organizations like the United Nations and the OECD are already working on this, bringing together experts and policymakers from around the world to create a common understanding of what responsible AI looks like. Global cooperation is essential to ensure that ethical principles are applied consistently, no matter where an AI system is developed or deployed. In the end, creating a future with ethical and beneficial AI is a team sport. It requires a collaborative effort from everyone. Tech professionals must code with a conscience, users must be informed and make mindful choices, and governments must work together to build smart, adaptive frameworks that protect citizens while still encouraging innovation. The path forward is one of transparency, accountability, and a shared commitment to harnessing AI's incredible power for the good of all humanity. The future of AI is not something that just happens to us, it's something we must build together, deliberately and thoughtfully.